fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
They say the vote is just a smokescreen. I hope you acting like we got control over who gets chosen. I think it's a joke. The president's on dope, sniffing coke. He's just a puppet of Patsy, taking orders from a cult to the mask. He was dancing with the devil, so we can't ever trust. You got us by the balls, power, blood, money, and lust. Just take control of yourself. You know that change is a must. The initials of the U.S. is us. Before you join the military, see what the war's about. We got a lot of dirt to clean in our house.
Committed treason. It's the reason we stand and we fight through the darkness and the light. The government lied.
Soldiers died in the fire of war. They got burnt. They had to learn the hard way. The freedom isn't free, so they paid the
price with their life, and now you miss them. Some are still missing. This ain't the Christian coalition. I'm a child of the earth that study this knowledge without a need of a church. Of course I thank the Lord, but no thank you for the war. All of what we fighting for. It's the rich against the poor. Missiles flying overhead, bodies coming home dead.
What's up, folks? Permanent Patriot here, doing some Excel politics. And if we're gonna do that, we might as well start on the ground. Operation High Jump. Okay, that was 1947. Admiral Richard Byrd led 4,000 military troops from US, Britain, and Australia in an invasion of Antarctica, at least one follow-up expedition, which we'll get to. Now folks, tell me, this was supposedly after Hitler was captured. What happened was, Hitler escaped. They let him escape. While he was heading toward South America, they were under the impression that he continued past there. So they continued past there. Obviously, their intelligence brought them to Antarctica, which the Germans did have a base there, a very high-tech base. You wouldn't send a brigade like this unless you were sure there was going to be some conflict. So he claimed that he knew there had been a lot of aircraft and rocket shoot-downs, but did not realize the situation was as serious as the documentary presented it. And here he's talking about, this was a few years ago, when he was talking about his involvement in it. And so Operation High Jump, which was basically an invasion of Antarctica, consisted of 3 naval battle groups which departed Norfolk on December 2nd, 1946. They were led by Admiral Richard Byrd, the icebreaker Northwind, and consisted of the catapult ship Pine Island, the destroyer Brownson, the aircraft carrier Philippine Sea, the U.S. submarine Senate, 2 support vessels Yankee and Merrick, and 2 tankers Kynasted and Capican, the destroyer Henderson, and the float plane ship Currituck. Gee, sounds like they're gonna fucking actually invade a country, doesn't it, folks? Because they were. Now, the Nazis were at the height of civilization in the 1930s. They're right where we are today. And the military knew that they were trying to build a UFO. They knew they had it. They knew they were trying to back engineer it and shit. So, continuing, a British Norwegian force and a Russian force, and I believe some Australian and Canadian forces were also involved. Now, looking at all of those countries involved, to this day, not one of those countries, as a matter of fact, not any country, has claimed stake to Antarctica, which in itself raises questions. So the ship served through the final months of the Second War. They came back pretty much saying, didn't find nothing. Found a little bit of food, stuff like that. If you hear Richard Byrd's story, it's a little bit different than that. So on and on and on. Okay. That's what it was. There's a Nazi UFO base. An advanced submarine snorkel with the device, German U-boats overcame the necessity for surfacing to recharge their batteries, raised above the surface by a telescoping tube. Okay, so the Nazis had fucking submarine tech way before anybody else did. With the periscopes up and down and shit. Except theirs was highly technological. So that story goes on. And of course, what would that be without Operation Deep Freeze? It's code name for a series of United States missions to Antarctica, beginning with Operation Deep Freeze in 1955-56, followed by Operation Deep Freeze 2, Operation Deep Freeze 3, and so on. Given the continuing and constant U.S. presence in Antarctica since that date, Operation Deep Freeze has come to be used as a general term for U.S. operations on that continent, and in particular for the regular missions to resupply U.S. Antarctic bases coordinated by the United States military. And folks, Navy already had earlier exploration in Antarctica as early as 1839. So if you think that they don't know what's down there, you're fucking highly mistaken. And if you think they're not hiding something down there, you're fucking highly mistaken. There's a reason they have soldiers from every fucking country down there that won't let you cross a certain line. Hello? Red flag? Nobody questioning this or what? And I think it's one, if not two, of many different things. One, it proves flat Earth and that there's ice walls around the fucking world and shit. Or two, it proves inner Earth and there's a fucking opening to the inner Earth. Or both of those and something else. They're not just fucking standing there for shits and giggles, folks, with guns in the fucking 100 below zero temperatures. And some of these fucking ice walls, they are on record. Some of them are fucking 10,000 feet tall. Fucking mountains in themselves. I mean, straight up, straight face, folks. Okay? So many operations. There's other operations that were down there. Could go through. You get to the Scott Polar Research Institute and it'll tell you all their fucking operations and all sorts of shit. Show you the fucking galleries and the pictures. Fucking penguins size like you've never fucking seen before. 10 feet tall penguins. Okay, I'm kidding, not 10 feet tall penguins. You know what I mean. Which brings us here. The inner Earth. This is what the Nazis called Agartha. Isn't that fucking wild? Supposedly, this is what Admiral Byrd saw when he went inside. Said it was glorious, bright colors everywhere. There was a sun. Well, he didn't say a sun. He said there was like a huge obelisk. And on the top of it was something very, very, very bright. So on the side you got man-made tunnels and shit connecting that to the outside. So you got the Pyramid of Giza and Mount Apomio in Italy, Dero Caves, and they cut right through the ocean, right through the walls. Kentucky Mammoth Cave, a lot of different openings. So the city of Shambhala. Okay, that's the name of their major city. It's fucking insane. Now, let me show you an actual NASA photo. Now, this image right here, it's an actual photo. This right here is an actual photo from NASA. And actually, it's probably the only one they fucking gave out that hasn't had anything done to it. Raw photo from NASA. Okay? Now, that being said, if you take away some of the fucking cropping that they did by yourself, you can see the hollow earth. And then there's this incredible fucking picture. Folks, tell me what the fuck that is. Fucking went out. What is that? Where's it going? I wonder where it leads. Fucking believe that shit, folks. That is the Earth. Okay, this is the ocean and shit. It's just a big fucking hole with flames and, you know, whatnot. Who the fuck knows? But you think they don't know what's down there? It's incredible. Now check this out. This is Dallas Thompson's Hollow Earth Tribe Skulls. StrangerDimensions.com. Alright, first let me say that the depiction that what I'm starting to get how they even came up with this fucking globe theory is what they used to do when they did maps, when they drew them out like flat, they used to take half of the map and just look at half of the map, and the other half was considered basically meaningless, and they just put it on the back, kind of like a, you know, flip over map, you know, front and back. But except these were two different pieces. So I'm thinking what they did was, you know, someone just connected the fucking sheets. There you go, you got a fucking circle. But folks, I'm telling you, the Earth is flat. It's domed. And there's and the fucking North Pole looks like that. And there's an inner Earth. And the fucking discussion there. I want somebody to fucking debate me on that. Okay. Here we are, Stranger Dimensions. Now if you come over to Mysteries, here's your Ancient Mysteries, talking about what we just looked at. This thing right here. Time travel. If you don't know the John Teeter story, where the fuck are you? In another time zone, I reckon. World Entertainment Reviews. Paranormal. Psionic abilities. Ghosts and phantoms. Spirit communication. UFO anomalies and Google Map anomalies, which we're looking at. Space, creepy robots, inventions and tech, Ends of the world home. Now let's check this one out. Does Disney's Hercules predict the apocalypse? Anybody who puts a number on anything, puts a date on anything, run from them. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Our black-eyed children, time travelers. This is a story that really fucking creeps me out. Should creep everyone out. And I think I'm going to touch on it in the next video. Because that is just crazy. So, ends of the world, time traveling tourists. We're gonna be getting into it.
Thank you for the war, all of what we fighting for. It's the rich against the poor, missiles flying overhead, bodies coming home dead.
What's up, folks? Permanent Patriot here. Doing some exopolitics. And if we're gonna do that, we might as well start on the ground. Operation High Jump.
The military, see what the war's about. We got a lot of dirt to clean in our house.
Committed treason, it's the reason we stand and we fight through the darkness and the light. The government lied.
Soldiers died in the fire of war. They got burnt. They had to learn the hard way. The freedom isn't free, so they paid the
Price with their life, and now you miss them. Some are still missing. This ain't the Christian coalition. I'm a child of the earth that study this knowledge without a need of a church. Of course, I thank the Lord, but no.
Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
They say the vote is just a smokescreen. I hope you acting like we got control over who gets chosen. I think it's a joke. The president's on dope, different coat. He's just a puppet of Patsy, taking orders from a cult to the mask. He was dancing with the devil, so we can't ever trust. You got us by the balls, power, blood, money, and lust. Just take control of yourself. You know that change is a must. The initials of the U.S. is us. Before you join.
Okay, that was 1947. Admiral Richard Byrd led 4,000 military troops from U.S., Britain, and Australia in an invasion of Antarctica, at least one follow-up expedition, which we'll get to. Now folks, tell me, this was supposedly after Hitler was captured. What happened was, Hitler